What's up, y'all? Today we talking about, should Christians call out narcissists for who they are? And before we get started, y'all already know, please hit that like button right now. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you can get every video that I post when I post it and you won't miss a video at all, okay? All right, let's get back. So, should Christians call out narcissists for who they are? Should you call them a narcissist? Should you tell them about themselves? Do you think you should? Do you think that you should call out a narcissist in any type of way? Right? Do you think calling the devil will make your situation better? Do you think calling a demon will make your situation even better? So let me ask you, do you think telling a narcissist about them, a narcissist who doesn't never look at themselves, a narcissist who can't take accountability, a narcissist who's so fragile and extremely sensitive, a narcissist who can't allow no one to ever say anything about them, a narcissist who can't look in the mirror, you think you should call them out? I say no. Do not call out a narcissist. And I know some Christians might be like, well, we got to call out demons. We drive out demons. Really? So you think just telling a narcissist they're a narcissist is going to drive out a demon? Let me ask you something. When you look at Jesus and when he healed those people who had demons in them, do you think he went to them and told them that they was a demon? Oh, you ain't think about that, right? Because remember, they had demons in them, but did he go to them and say, you're a demon? Did the demons come out from him calling them a demon? For him telling them about themselves, or did he speak to the demons? Did he speak to the spirits inside? Did he speak to the lies? Because demons hold lies. What did Jesus do? I urge and I reference everybody to go back and study them stories. But again, we're going to talk about narcissists. Should we call them out? It's pointless to call them out, right? Look at everything else that you've been through with a narcissist. As a Christian, or just anybody who's been in a situation with someone who's narcissistic, you say anything to them, no matter what it is. Has that ever helped, or has it made things worse? Has it helped you, or has it made things worse? Have you woke up the next day and now they doing something else? Have you said something after that and now they doing something else? Have they tried to make your life a living hell after you told them something about themselves? It ain't even have to be nothing that serious. But what they gonna do? Do they listen? Do they listen to what you say? Do they care about what you say? Do they care about how you feel? Or do they get fueled by what you say and feel? Remember, they want a reaction out of you. So if you tell them, this is what's wrong with you, guess what? You just gave them narcissistic supply. They just got high off their supply. Because it's an addiction, right? They're addicted to it. They want you to be bothered. So calling them out only makes them feel good. And guess what they going to do after that? They actually going to do it again. Why are they going to do it again? Because that's what they want from you. They want to get under your skin. They want to hurt you. They want to manipulate you. They want you to be bothered. Remember, they feel envious and jealous of you. In so many ways, you seem like a strong person. I got to make them weaker than me. I gotta make them less than me. So you calling them out don't do nothing. It actually makes things worse. It actually can be very harmful to you. So obviously, I suggest, and if you know somebody that's really like that, and if you know they are like that, do not call them out. That will only make the situation worse. They will never acknowledge anything that they have done. They'll actually deflect it. They'll turn it right back around on you. You're the narcissist. They'll tell you about who you are because of what you said. They'll use everything that you said against you, to harm you, to hurt you. And you don't even know that. But see, you gotta be aware of that. They'll make you look crazy. That's their whole goal. How can I affect you? How can I get you to react? How can I get the supply out of you? And another thing, y'all. Why would you call out a narcissist anyway? For what? Do you know the reason, one big reason why they're even that way? They are very fragile. They are extremely sensitive, extremely self-absorbed. and they want attention, and they're fragile. All of these things from deep trauma, y'all, from issues that they had in their past that they are not self-aware of. It's deep. It's very deep. So one big thing for another reason why you should not call out someone who's narcissistic. Think about it. When you communicate with them, do they ever want to communicate? Try telling them anything. Try explaining something to them. What are they going to do? They're not going to understand anything you said. They're going to get defensive. They're going to stonewall you. They're going to ignore you. They're going to get angry. They're going to want to hurt you about anything. They cannot be vulnerable. They do not want to be vulnerable. They are weak to their ears. This is something that I think we all should understand. Here's from a spiritual place. I want y'all to understand, especially my Christians. They are deaf to their ears. What do I mean? They have a hard time hearing constructive criticism. Anything that has anything to do with them, they will deflect it. They will reject it. Right? Y'all know this. Y'all know you can't say a word. This is why they try to make you fearful. This is why they want you to be afraid of them, so that they can make you afraid to ever say anything to them, to ever try to keep them accountable of anything, to ever help them to acknowledge anything, to look at anything, to put the mirror in their face. They want you to be afraid to ever say anything to them, right? This is why they do smear campaigns. This is why they have flying monkeys. They want people to harm you for them. They want to humiliate you. And that is what causes them to try to control and manipulate you, because you are afraid. But again, why would you speak to them? They have an issue with communicating. They lack communication. You understand? They don't want to talk to you. They are deaf to their ears. Again, what does that mean, Rudy? They're deaf to their ears. They have a hard time hearing. They are sensitive to the ears. Imagine when you say something to someone who's narcissistic, do they hear what you say? Right? It's when you think about it, they don't hear what you say, right? They have a hard time hearing. So when someone speaks, you can say black and they'll think you said blue. So now you're trying to explain to them that you said black and they'll say, no, you said blue. They have a hard time understanding what someone says, especially if it is about them. All they hear is the trauma from their past. They're triggered. It's hard. This is why they deflect. This is why they get angry at you. This is why, because somebody in their past hurt them very bad. It could have been somebody downing them, saying bad words to them, calling them stupid, making them feel dumb. You never know what it is. But this is why. Neglect. All of these things. You say anything, they fight it. And this is what happened in the Bible with the deaf man. That man was deaf. If a narcissist is deaf like the deaf man in the Bible. So yes, that man was deaf, but that's deaf spiritually. So when we're speaking about spiritually, that means he can't hear, right? He can't hear anything that has anything to do with substance, anything beneath the surface, right? Because it's going to harm them. It's going to hurt them. It causes them to be vulnerable. It causes them to look at themselves. They can't hear it. The deaf man couldn't hear Jesus speak. That's why when the people brought the deaf man to Jesus, when you look in the story, he never said a word to him. It says Jesus spit in his hand and put it in his ear. There's a reason why Jesus spit in his hand and put it in his ear. It's a reason why Jesus led him away from the people, and Jesus never said a word to him. Someone who's narcissistic is deaf, y'all. They cannot hear what we are saying. You understand? So this is where Jesus shows us how to be towards someone like that. Because we're going to have to encounter them in some type of way. But instead of trying to get them to understand us from talking, instead of trying to communicate and tell them about themselves and keep telling them things and telling them things and telling them things, it's like a baby who never grew up. Think about it. Babies cannot understand what you are saying. A true baby can't understand the words coming out your mouth. So what do you do to a baby because they can't hear you? You love on the baby. You lead them where they go because they don't understand a word coming out your mouth. This is what Jesus did, and this is what Jesus tells us to do. And even though Jesus tells us to love them, because some of y'all, especially in my last videos, some of y'all saying, no, you don't love them. You don't love them. Did Jesus tell us not to love someone? Did he tell me not to love my enemy, or did he tell me to love my enemy? See, some of y'all charging people for love. Love is free. I don't love them to change. I don't love them so that they can change. If I'm loving someone so that they can change, now I'm making love transactional. Jesus never made love transactional. Yes, I may not be able to drive the demon out, but Jesus still said love them. How do I know? When we look back at that story I just brought up with the deaf man, by those people, it said that those people or those men brought the deaf man to Jesus. That means they had to do something, but it was Jesus that healed him. But what if they would have just ran? Yes, we can go no contact, but there's people that we cannot go no contact with. And regardless, we still got to follow Jesus. Yes, I don't believe we can truly drive the demon out of them, that we can truly heal them from their trauma, but we can still present Jesus in front of them and point them to Jesus. We can still do what Jesus said do, because even though they're harming us, y'all, even though they are harming us in so many ways, we can definitely still exhibit and exemplify Jesus. This is what gives us peace in the storm. This is what takes away anxiety and depression, because we're doing what Jesus said do. We're not doing it so that they change. We're doing it because we were told to, because we was commanded to, because Jesus told us to do it. That's going to point them back to Jesus in some way, somehow. But we can't look for the change. We still got to do what we're supposed to do. Yes, y'all. Don't call them out. You cannot call them out, because they will go against it. They will not listen to you. They ain't hear a word you said. Matter of fact, they fighting you now. They about to try to put you through hell. But at the same time, right? If you could get away, get away. If you can't, get some distance. Love from a distance. You say don't love. Jesus said, I said love. That's what he said. He said to love. So we still love. No matter what, love your enemy. It's not up to you whether they change or not. He said do it anyway. He'll handle them. You do what he said, but he'll handle them. God said, I called y'all to love. I ain't call y'all to do all that other stuff. You love, I'll handle the rest. All right? But understand, calling out a narcissist is no point. It's pointless. It's better to love them even when they can't see you, hear you, any of that. Just love them in the way that you can, in the best way possible, and God will do the rest. I'm not even going to expect them to change. I'm going to expect them to stay the same. So when I come around them, I know what to do. And I ain't got to be angry. And I ain't got to hate them. You understand? And I know God going to handle this. All right? I have a couple narcissists in my life, or a couple people who are narcissistic in my life, and I know what to do. I am not calling them out, because I know what they're going to do. Ain't no way for me to do that. All they're going to do is reject it, deflect it, put it on me, and now they're going to try to put me through hell. I'm not doing that. I'm going to express love. I'm going to act like none of that stuff bother me. You understand? Because I've learned to do that. I know they can't hear me. I know they can't understand me. I know they're not going to listen. I know they're not going to respect nothing. I know they're going to try to do whatever they can. But I know I ain't going to act like it keep bothering me. I know I'm not going to act like they're going to surprise me. I already know they're doing it. I'm going to look at them like they babies. And I'm going to treat them like that with love, and know that Jesus will handle it when he can. God helped me, and he can help you too, all right? Don't call them out. Keep your mouth shut. You already know who they are. They're not going to listen to you. So just love on them in the best way that you can, or get away from them if you can, okay? All right, I hope this blessed y'all. Hope it helped y'all. I'm going to get at y'all when I get at y'all.